I think Cornish lamb is some of the best in the world. Our lamb comes from near Launceston, and that area is wonderful for growing lamb. You have rolling hills, the granite means good drainage, slightly warmer climate, and the grazing is excellent. There's little microherbs in the grasses that all add up to making Cornish lamb have a wonderful and unique flavour. Today I'm going to cook a slow roast leg of lamb. We've boned and rolled that so it's easy to cook, and this is really foolproof. It's one of those dishes that you just throw in the oven, comes out a few hours later, and it's absolutely delicious. First thing to do is to take your leg of lamb out the fridge a good half an hour before we need it. That's the same for any roasting meat. Just cooks a lot better, it's a bit less of a shock to the meat when it cooks. And heat your pan up nice and hot on the top. I've also preheated my oven to 180 for a fan, 200 for a standard oven. So this is really simple dish. It is not about the cooking or the skills of the cook, it's about the quality of the ingredients and just letting the time in the oven do its thing. So to start with, I have got a leek chopped really roughly, carrots, I mean I haven't even bothered to peel them, just wash them, 4 kind of sticks of celery, an onion chopped into 4 cloves of garlic, and then a couple of sprigs of rosemary and some loosely torn or chopped parsley. That's really the fundamentals. So to start with, I'm just going to put in a little bit of olive oil in there. Throw in those vegetables along with the herbs and the garlic. Give them a little stir. Then I'm going to throw in a large glass of white wine. Doesn't really matter what white wine. A pint of chicken stock. And then I'm going to put my lamb here on the top like that. Brush it with some oil. What this will do will just help that to crisp up nicely. You know, I think that lamb fat is utterly delicious when it's crispy, but not so pleasant when it's soft. Then I've got some Cornish sea salt, which I'm going to sprinkle liberally all over this. And then I'm going to turn it up high and wait for it to come up to the boil. Once that lamb's come up to the boil, place it in the oven. If it's a fan oven, 180, standard oven 200, and we're going to put that in there for half an hour. Reason I do that is you want to get that heat really into it, start to crisp up the top. After half an hour, turn it down to 160 standard oven, 140 fan oven for a further 2 hours. So the lamb's now ready to take out the oven. The smell is absolutely superb. The wine in there, the herbs, the stock. For me, that's just really is all the flavours of a fantastic Sunday lunch. So I'm going to place that on there. Now, one of the main things that we always talk about with meat is resting. So I'm going to take that out, put it in there, and I'm going to want to rest that for a good 20 minutes. I'm going to remove the vegetables from the sauce as well and just place them around here, because in a moment I'm going to skim off the excess fat so that we've got a really lovely sauce. Once you've removed all your vegetables from the cooking liquor, put the vegetables with the lamb and just cover it loosely with some foil, and I'm going to rest that for about 20 minutes. In the meantime, obviously lamb is a little bit greasy, so we want to skim off any excess fat once that's cooled a little bit. Just skim the ladle along the top, take off any of the fat, like so. Then what we're going to do is we're going to reduce that sauce a little bit. All that means is you're just going to slowly boil it until it starts to thicken. Now, us British people do like a thicker sauce, a gravy if you like. I'm really not precious here. A little bit of Bisto or thickening granules just to make it coat the meat is perfectly good at this point. So we're now going to carve the lamb, nice thin slices, and that's ready for me to plate in my dish. So there's the finished dish, a slow roast Cornish leg of lamb with the vegetables straight out the pan and the sauce made from the stock. What could be simpler? Those vegetables for me are absolutely beautiful. They're tender, they've absorbed all the flavour of the sauce, and they're as much of a highlight to me as that delicious lamb.